everyone, Argsy here. Welcome along to another mod spotlight video for Farming Simulator 25. This is the third mod spotlight video we have taken a look at. Now, a little bit about these videos. The purpose of them is to highlight a mod which I think brings something different to the game. Take a look at how it works and what about it I like. It's entirely a personal preference. I'm not doing weekly highlight videos. This could be a left field mod, and where possible I do try and keep it to modhub. However, today's mod we're looking at is a PC only mod. Available from itch.io. I'll give some links on exactly where you can find it, but it is a script mod, so only available for PC. Now, it's also completely independent to any mod previews, map tools, or anything where a modder has reached out to me to take a look at something. This is something I've come across or seen being released, and I thought it was worth spotlighting and highlighting what it is. So this is called Better Winch, and it is by Thundr. Thundr is very well known in farming simulator circles for his script mods. He's done a number over many years, many different iterations of the game, often in collaboration with other modders, people who might have an idea and they want something to come to life. I'm thinking FS25, Legacy and Trailer Park Farms had some ideas around more colour changeable options for sheds, and Thundr made that all work. Well, this one is in conjunction with Roughneck Modding Crew and Gamer Designs, who sort of said, we've got a Winching game, why can't we do more with it other than just hook onto trees? And, well, Thundr, through his magic, has made that happen. So we've got three different vehicles here in front of us, the skid steer on the right, the tractor on the left, and then the Volvo in the middle, which actually has the Taj Fun winch on the back, which is a 3-point attachable winch. Those are three of the winches that you can use in game. And we're going to have a look over here. We've got a range of different items. We've got a tractor, got a weight there on the front. We've got the big Bednar disc harrow there as well. Big bags and pallets. We've even got a bucket here for a wheel loader. And we're going to take a look at how this actually works. Basically, this script gives the ability for a winch to connect to a variety of different objects. Anything that's strappable, so I'm thinking bales, pallets, the weights, the front loader tools, as well as to tow bars and trailer hitches. So basically anything with a hitch like this does, or a trailer hitch like the front weight there does, even the tow bar or drawbar on the back of the tractor, the winch is going to be able to attach to. So we'll go and grab one and we will have a look at exactly how it all works. So for no reason other than the fact it was the closest to where I was standing, we've grabbed the skid steer here. Now, we head on over to the back of it. You can see we've now got an option, because I'm using the controller, it says press my L stick down, but I'm going to press R on my keyboard, and that gives us an option basically to pull the winch rope out. You can see that here coming out. Now, if we would have a tree here, we could go and strap that to it, but I'm just going to wander over here to the big bag, and you can see it gives us the same ring we'd get around a tree, and we now have the option up there in our menu to press B to attach to the winch. Now, there's only really three configurable options that we can do here, and you can see those there. So we can press right shift and L, and that's going to rotate our loop and basically change how it attaches to the bag. There we go, that's probably the best configuration to it. Or we can adjust the radius, so right shift and either the comma there button up or the semicolon button there, and we can make them bigger or smaller. So you can adjust how that will work, and that will be exactly the same. Go over here to the bales, you can see there that's trying to attach in a certain direction. If we go to that way, we want to make it a bit bigger so it will appear. There we go. You can change the height it will attach to, everything. You can change which bale it's going to attach to and play around with that. We head on over here to the bucket again. Press our shift and L. We're going to rotate that into a good position, and we're going to try and make that loop just a little bit bigger so when it attaches to it, it looks a little bit more realistic. So once we've done all that and you've got it in the right spot, all we need to do is press B, and there we go, it's going to attach to the rope. Now, you might get some issues like this where it attaches in different spots. That's just the way it works. Probably be better if we were obviously facing around the other way. And we could come over here now, or we don't even have to do that, but control the winch, we can press our K and M button. K will pull it in, and we'll press that button, and you can see there, we're going to start dragging that bucket a little bit closer. So it's quite a cool little mod just being able to do some things like that. Now, I've seen Gamer Designs and Roughneck Modding have shared some images of their play around with it and some different mods that they've been working on. I'm thinking tow trucks, I'm thinking trailer homes where you can pull them up onto the back of a flatbed trailer. Things like that. The potential that they've sort of thought through and the way this could be used is I would say limitless, but there's some really big options. Now, I'm just heading on back over to the bales, and I'm just going to come in here and grab this once more. Grab our winch and bring it out here to the bales. So we can, just as we can with a tree, make that bigger. We can attach the bale there, press B. It's going to pull that one over, but we can actually come over We just jump attached to another object. We can press R and B, and then come over here, press R. We've maxed out our rope length, but you can start to attach to a few more options. So if we were just a little bit closer there with that, we would be able to attach there to that next bale. So there's a few different settings that you can play around with. Can we come back over? No, we can't do that. So we're going to release that winch rope, but there we go. You can see we've actually grabbed hold of those two bales. We're going to press K. We're going to pull those along as well. Very, very cool. Press our Y, and that's going to detach from that. So that's kind of just a very quick look at exactly how it works, the different things you can attach to. So basically, as I said at the start, if it's something you can strap down on a trailer, the bucket here or any of the front loader attachments, wheel loader attachments, all have a mesh for tension belts on the back of trailers. So anything that has that function, you can strap it around, exactly the same as why the bales can be wrapped in the bags, pallets, anything you can think of can be done. But what about tractors? Now I'm just going to drive the Massey over here. I'm going to disconnect the weight first, and there's a reason I have the weight there on the front. So we've got the weight unhooked off the front of the tractor there. I'm just going to come over and grab our winch once more. Now come over here. You can see we've got the option there to attach to the weight. If we go to the tractor, there's actually no option to attach there to this. Even though it's got the 3-point hitch in that on the front, it doesn't have a trailer attachment node, so you can't actually attach it to there. However, because the weight is strappable, and you can see there the loop, we can go around and put it around that way. We can once again come through and make it a little bit smaller, but if we were to go through and attach the weight to there like that, we can jump back up here into our tractor, reattach the weight there, and we now have the ability to basically pull our tractor out of trouble if it was, I don't know, stuck, something like that. So there we go. And because I've managed to use the skid steer, it's a heavy enough piece of equipment, it's going to pull the tractor rather than the other way around. You can imagine if maybe the Volvo here, and we were using the winch with this, it might actually struggle to pull that. So very, very cool. I love this. I think it's fantastic. Role play, all those kind of things. But just the fact we're just over 100 days into Farming Simulator, and we've got things like this already. Now, just very quickly, I'm going to turn the tractor around here and show you the attachments both onto the trailer hitch, and then we'll take a quick look at how it attaches there to the disc carrier. So once again, same as always, take that out, and now we get into the right spot. You can see it's actually got a very small attacher. It's reduced itself down to the correct size. It will attach onto either the high or the low hitch, so whichever one you want to use, but once again it doesn't attach onto the 3-point hitches, so it does have to be on one of these ones. So depending which one you want to use, you can go through and attach that, and you've got your winch attached, and once again you can pull that and get the tractor out of a sticky situation. There we go, that's moving. Right, and just quickly to attach that, grab the winch once more, pull that all out, and we're going to have a look here. We don't have an attachment option there for the hitch, so if you were wanting to pull something like this out, it doesn't attach here to the tongue of the implement, and that's just basically the way that the attachment node is written, the way that the winch looks for something to attach to, and the way that the mod there is made. Of course, the way around that would be to hook the tractor up and then pull the tractor and the disc carrier out at the same time. So just to prove the point, we've attached the winch there to the front of the tractor. The tractor is on the disc carrier, and we're just going to go, and because we've got a nice big grunty piece of equipment there, you can see we're pulling that without too much difficulty. It's certainly straining, and you're not going to be going at full speed, but it is pulling that along not too bad. And of course we can do it manually by sitting here and with our control and K. Just the right control, left control, and K, we should be able to pull the winch in. There you go. And that was actually a case of where the weight was just a little bit too much there for the skidder. So very cool mod. I think this is a fantastic, fantastic addition, and I'm looking forward to seeing how modders might be able to use this in their mods. There's nothing stopping someone who's creating a tractor to actually putting the correct node on the front here just to be able to connect to. It doesn't take much, and in fact there's a few simple instructions included on Thundr's itch.io page on exactly how to do that. So very, very cool. Now there's one other thing I did just want to go and double check and see if it would work before we wrap things up. Now of course one of the additions we got in FS22, which has come through to Farming Simulator 25, was yarders for forestry equipment, which use a similar sort of winch function. We've got the option there to move the carriage along. We can come along down here and hook up to the tree basically uses a similar function to the winch function that we've just got. But my question was, can the yarder winches hook onto the back of a piece of equipment and take that up to a site where you might want to move your equipment to? It was more just I can't understand or think of a reason why you might want to, but my curiosity got the better of me. But basically I can't see any option, even if I move the carriage along back or forth, I move it to exactly where we are. There we go. There's no option there to attach that winch onto the back of here. So I'm guessing that that is not going to be something we can do. Can attach it there, but even with that very close, we can't go through and attach any more trees. So myth busted. You can't use a yarder to move your equipment, but who knows, might be something that gets added there in the future. So there we have it. That is the Better Winch by Thundr modding in conjunction with Gamer Designs and Roughneck modding crew, bringing added functionality to the winch feature in Farming Simulator 25. As I said at the start, unfortunately this is a script mod, so it is for PC only, but who knows, it might be something that's simply able to be added into the game in the future. Only time will tell. It would be great if there was ways this could be done. You can go and download this right now from Thundr's itch.io page. There is a link to that down in the description, so make sure you go and give that a download and give it a try. And yeah, I'd love to see some screenshots of what you do with it, what sort of sticky situations you might find yourself in, and where you end up. I think the best way to do it would be to get the little Taj fun here. This could go on the back of any 3-point hitch and basically turn your tractor into a winch. Who knows, we might even see some winch mods come out which purely give the option for a winch maybe to be mounted in the front of a weight or something like that on a tractor. Could be a weight with a winch or something mounted into it. There you go. There's a modding idea for someone to take and run with. Anyhow, as always, hope you found that video useful and interesting. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.